Boom, it's official. Welcome everybody. It is, what is it, October 2nd, 2020. It's 9:00 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, noon Eastern Standard Time. That means it's time for the Probate Data Powergym. So what I thought we'd do today is kind of a little bit of open forum, ask me anything on probate data. I'm gonna go into probate data, do a basic search. If anyone has any special requests like we did last week, I feel like that was a good format. People were asking like, hey, can you do this state or that county? How do I do out of state? How do I do people, historical? How do I do most current? So we're gonna do a little bit of that. So I know we had some new people join here this week on probate data. So I wanna welcome you guys if this is your first time here. And what I'm gonna do is let you guys kind of see behind the scenes a little bit on probate data. And this is for everybody. And then from there, we'll do a Q&A and open forum. Sound good? Yeah?
Good.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's roll. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen here. Let me just make sure I have the right thing up.
Let me turn it off.
Okay, here we go. No, I don't want to turn on Spotify now. I mean, I guess I could turn on Spotify. We'd have a little party. And share the screen. Boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right. Should be seeing my screen now. So there are two ways that you get leads from probate data. If the courthouse is open and we're actively getting data, which we're getting for a lot of courthouses now, we will send you an email with a link in that says, here's your data. You get to choose up to 3 counties and that you want to prospect in. Sometimes you just want 1 county, that's fine. So whenever we get leads for that particular county, we will send you those leads whenever we upload them to our database, and you'll get an automatic email. There's no holding back, there's no limits. Whatever gets added to that courthouse for that county, for that month, for that billing period, we just send it all to you. So whether it's 100, 200, 50, 400, or in some cases 700, I know like Harris is a big one, we just send it all to you, right? So we're not holding back. The second way you can get data is by going to probatedata.com and logging in. And this is what we're really proud of is probate data, because you can always log in and go through an entire country's worth, not entire country, well, 92 counties worth of data. And why this is beneficial is for 2 reasons. You can download an additional 100 cases for your billing period. So we bill you every 30 days, right? For during that billing period, you can download 100 additional cases to the ones that we're emailing you. So two really important ways you can benefit from this is, number one, you can go in and download cases for your own county. You can go a little bit further back. You can look around. You can look at last sale date. You can do historical prospecting, whatever you want to do. What you also can do is go out of your county, go look somewhere else. For example, if you want to partner up with someone outside of your county, outside of your state, you can do all that. I'm right in the middle of work, my love. Yes, you can give me that. Thank you. Is that a snack? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, you can close the door now. Thank you. I got a snack, guys. I'm lucky.
Ah, that's a good daddy.
Yeah. She's like, here's your coffee, keep working. And here's a little snack. It's my birthday next week. So
Oh.
it's her birthday next week. So anyways, so the second reason why you might want to log into to probate data is because you can look at other counties and other states. And I brought this up like maybe 3 weeks ago. Let me just go over the strategy and my thinking here. And I've seen a handful of agents really take advantage of it, and I want more agents to take advantage of this. Think about what you can do with out-of-state leads, not in your county. You could partner up with someone. So if you're strong in marketing, if you know that you have a marketing that works really well, or you're good on the phone, or you have letters that work really well, then find someone outside that state. Say, look, I know we get our hands on, like I could download 100 leads for this particular county. What if we partnered up? What if I did the marketing? What if I made the phone calls? What if I made an appointment for you? And let's say I'm in LA and I make appointments for someone in Clark County, or I make appointments for someone in Florida or in Texas somewhere, and I find another CPRES student there. And then 1 or 2 things you can do. You can partner up with another agent, come up with a referral agreement, like they listed, you make the appointment, they listed, you get a referral fee. One thing. The second thing you can do is start working with investors. Guys, investors are your friends. They're not the enemy. I've seen several agents, Michelle being the most recent one, actually saying, like, I'm getting all these leads. I just want to work with these 5 zip codes. All the other ones I don't care about. So she got in touch with a local investor and said, look, I'm going to set you up with all these leads. They're all probate leads. They're great leads. And you're going to prospect them. You're going to get the deal. And you're going to close it. You're going to buy them. And when you're ready to list it, you list them with me, right? So how does she keep track of that? Very simply, she set up her own Lion Desk. She set up 2 Lion Desk accounts. So a CRM, one for her own business and one for the investor. And she pushed everything in there. And she makes sure that they use Lion Desk so she can see when they're talking to them, if they're opening emails, letters going on, all that. So she can see there's action. So it's obviously to the advantage of the investor, because they get amazing leads in a CRM that they can start working with. And then, hold on, there's people waiting. This is so, there we go. And then the investors will actually be able to get business out of this too. So it benefits them to use the system that she set up. And maybe I'll reach out to her, see if she can maybe tell us more about it on the next call. But those are like 2-3 of the main reasons you want to be able to log in and probate data. So how does this machine work? Let's see if there's any questions. How would you market to an investor? Great question. So I think what I'll do next week, I'll do a whole session on just how to find investors. Would that be cool?
Oh, yeah.
Wonderful. That'd be great.
Okay. Does she list the property before the investor is told? Okay, so Linda's asking some really good questions. Let me answer that. She's asking, does she list the property before the investor is told? No, that's the thing. She's like, okay. So she happens to be really picky, and then that's her choice, right? So she says, I just want, like, talk about props. I don't want the whole pie here, right? I just want a slice of the pie. You guys see this?
Mhm.
Okay. All this other stuff can go to the investor. So I'm going to give him access to all the leads in these areas here. And I'm going to put them in a CRM that I can access and I can control as well. So I see that they're prospecting. I see they're taking meetings. And if the investor decides to, go behind her back, she's like, that's his loss. I'll go find another one. But the inventory is low. Investors are looking for deals. Things are getting bought right away. So any investor in their right mind will not give up this whole pie because they want to make a few extra bucks. They will go do the deal. They'll make their profit. And when they're ready to sell, ideally they list it with an agent and they list it with Michelle. She's the cookie here, right? So that's how that works. So let me, maybe we should do a full session on that next week. I'll break it down what the strategy is and I'll tell you guys where you can find investors. All right. Okay. So let's do a quick search here. I'm going to admit a few more people. Admit. Hey guys, just joined. I'm sorry, it's really annoying that I have to keep admitting people. It should just let you in. All right, I'll get over it. Maybe there's a setting on Zoom. Okay, so we're in probate data now. We're going to do a new search for all of you that are new to this. If you're brand new, I recommend you watch one of these 3-4 videos here. I'll watch all 4 of them. If you watch all 4, it'll take you maybe 20 minutes. And then you get familiar with the area. John is asking, what do I download if I have my area covered in alerts? So if you have an area, so we'll talk about alerts today too then. If you have alerts going, that just means you're being notified when we're uploading cases to that particular area. You still have to click on the link that gets sent to you, and then you'll have to log in and decide what you want to download. Alerts are good if you're not on the Platinum package. All of you that are brand new and you just signed up, you have a free trial to the Platinum package. Now, we still have some people that have been with us for like 7-8 years, and you're still in the basic package, which means you can only get 100 leads per month, and you have to go in and download them yourself. And that's why you set up alerts. Now, if you're on Platinum, which I think most of you are, we just send them to you. You don't have to go in and download it. So if you get alerts, that means you need to go in and then download them. So you don't need to set up alerts if you have Platinum. All right, no more questions. I'm going to do the thing here real quick. So I do a new search. Once I log in, I do a new search. Don't pay attention to that black banner on the top. That's just what I see as an admin. You guys won't have that. Of course, now you're all staring at the black banner. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pick a state. So put in the chat which state you'd like to do. Put in the chat or just say it out.
Florida.
Florida, okay. Maryland, California. Okay, let's do, and then we do Arizona. All right, let's just do, start with Florida. That's the first one I saw. And then I see a couple Arizona and I see Maryland. All right, so Florida, do you have a particular county in mind that you'd like to do? Whoever said Florida. All right, so I'm gonna pick one. Let's see if there's a request. Sarasota. All right, let's do Sarasota. Boom. First, I'm going to check if there's anything recent in here. So I'm just going to do I'm going to do July till 1st, 2020 until today, which is 10/2/2020, just to get a sense of what cases we have in here. All right, so the most recent, okay, so we have recent data. The most recent one is 9/18. So I got 424 entries here. Okay, so let's go back and change that a little bit. Now, keep in mind, whoever is Sarasota, if you just signed up this week, right? And you just got in, you're excited, you got access to probate data, we will send you the most recent upload for Sarasota. So that means from now on, anything new that gets filed, we'll email to you directly. So you don't need to download most recent file. You want to go a little bit further back. So to get the most bang for your buck, let's say we emailed you the most recent upload batch, which looks like it goes back to 9/18. Then you want to look at that batch that you get. Let's say that the batch is from, say, August 25th to 9/18, so roughly a month. So now you want to look for anything before August 25th and go find that. So let's do July 1st through August 25th in this example. And the way you find that is basically open the spreadsheet we sent you and you look at the beginning filing date and the ending filing date. And you want to go at anything filed before that beginning filing date. Is that making sense, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so now I would do Sarasota. Okay. All right, John, that's a great comment. You sent it to me privately. I want you to, when we're done with this, go and unmute yourself. I want people to hear what you just shared with me. So here's Sarasota. And if I scroll down, I see I have 282 entries. Okay, so now what I can do is, obviously there's a lot of opportunity here. And I can download another additional 100 cases plus the ones I'm going to be getting over the next month in my inbox. So you can choose what you want to do. You say, well, maybe I just want to go for the month of August. Go back and edit search. I'll do 8/1 through 8/25. And we'll see how many we come up with. So there's two ways, right? You can actually do this. So there's 114. So that's more manageable. Now from this, you can say, well, you know what, Jonathan, I want to just cherry pick. I actually want to find the ones where the petitioner is out of state, right? This is a good one. And I keep saying out of state because these are the people that need your help the most. They don't really know your local market. So that means the petitioner lives outside of Sarasota, outside of Florida in this case. And let's say they live in LA, like they live in LA and live in Santa Monica and they have no clue what's going on in Florida real estate. They have Zillow, but that's it. You know, that still leaves them somewhat clueless because Zillow is not everything. It's a lot to a lot of people, but it's not everything. They don't have the expert advice and the expert opinion that you can provide them in Sarasota. So when you reach out to them, you say, hey, I noticed, you know, sorry for the passing of your grandmother, in this case, for example. I noticed you live in Santa Monica and the properties here in Sarasota, whatever the city is. Two things. That happens to be my area of expertise geographically. This is my farm, so to speak, and these are the homes I've sold here before. And secondly, I'm an expert in probate real estate. How and when can we meet to talk about your situation? Something like that, right? So now the way we find that is we go into edit search. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on the advanced search options. You guys see that? I'm going to make it bigger. You see that right here? Mm-hmm. I'm going to click on that, show advanced options. And then I'm going to go down to exclude petitioner state. So now I want to exclude the petitioners that live that live in Florida. So I'm going to put in FL, comma, lowercase FL, comma, spell it out, Florida, comma, N/A. Make this a little bit bigger. Here we go. You guys see it okay?
Yes.
Berthany, I'm gonna answer your question in just a second. Yes, it's possible, but I'm gonna ask you first what the thinking is behind it. You might have actually access to it already. Okay, so now we're in here. I'm gonna hit the save search. So we went from 114 cases to now where we have, let's see, 43. 43, that's still really good. That's really good. I'm gonna go ahead and select all of these. And if I just want to be 100% certain to get this particular batch, now I can save it as August filing, out-of-state petitioners, Sarasota, Florida, right? And I'm going to include previously downloaded cases. The reason I want to do is if I've been in here before, I've downloaded cases randomly, I want to make sure this batch is clean. So I want to include everything as an out-of-state marketing campaign. I'm going to hit export, and you'll see that it's either going to give you a CSV option or a PDF. And the blue banner that's turning, that just means we're pulling information right now from Zillow, which soon, in I think about 2 weeks, we'll start pulling information instead of from Zillow, we'll pull it from CoreLogic. And that means we'll be getting much more accurate property information for you guys to help you make better decisions. So now here's the CSV. I just click on that, I download it, or a PDF. I can download this over and over and over again. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't count to what's your monthly limit. If you keep downloading the same cases, it doesn't count to what's your monthly limit. So let's go in here. Open up the spreadsheet. So Linda's asking, do you check the show column? No, I don't check the last sold. I think you're asking for the last sold one, right? Linda,
Yeah.
Is that correct? Yeah. So no, I don't check that because this is fairly recent. I'm not looking for historical leads, right? I'm looking for stuff that was filed like a month and a half ago, 2 months. I could do that if I wanted to. That's getting even more specific. And now you're going from like 43 people, and now you're looking at, okay, which ones haven't sold in the last 2 months? That means there's still an opportunity. If they have a last sold date within the last 2 months, that means it's sold. But you know, in this situation, I would just download it all because in my spreadsheet, it's going to show the last sold date as well. Where it goes. Here it is. That's a big one. I'm just going to make this bigger. Hold on, guys. I'm going to get rid of this disclaimer down here because it messes with my sorting. Can't have that. Close this and highlight that so you guys can see it better. All right. So let's see here.
What does the NCSC stand for?
This back here, NCSC, I don't know. This is, I don't know.
At first, I thought it was, you know, they're in South Carolina,
North Carolina. No. There'll be a lot of people just in those. So look, these are all the petitioner states. You notice how they're not in Florida?
Ah.
Right?
Nice.
So you see that here?
Canada.
Yeah. You have not Florida, basically. Look at this, guys. Petitioner phone numbers. A lot of phone numbers, a lot of email addresses, right? And then over here, we've got the Zillow information. Last sold date. Here we go. If you go through this, you'll see that here, 9/25. So this one just sold literally 6 days ago, right? But you can see the rest of them, 9/1, that one sold. So if you were to sort this by last sale date, that's how you could actually get more specific. So let's try that. So I'm going to highlight everything, go to data, I'm going to go to sort, and I'm going to select my data has headers. And I'm going to go down to the last sold date, which is, there it is. I'm going to do oldest to newest. So here I can do, look, these are all the ones, and then there's some that are blank. We just don't know. That's Zillow telling us we don't know. But you see how this 331, that hasn't sold yet. So there's only 2 here that really is already sold. The remaining, interestingly enough, these were sold in May and in March of 2020, but the filing date was in August. So this is a really interesting marketing campaign. You can tell they haven't been sold yet. The petitioner is out of state. And this is a really good list. So whoever asks for Sarasota, just go ahead and private message me your email address. I'll send this to you. And then tell me what your name is. Put it in the chat. And then Berthany, I'll answer your question in just a moment. So who wanted Sarasota? If you don't put in the chat, so it was Patrick Casey. Patrick Casey, give me your email address, put it in the chat, send it to me privately if you don't want everyone to see it. And I can send you this list if you want it. If you don't want it, that's okay too. It's up to you. I mean, it's a golden list, but if you don't want it, I get it.
It is. Yes, it is. For free.
Yeah. There's one. Linda's asked, there's one that died in 1992 and sold in 2000 or 2020. So this is a good one. Linda's asking, like, how can there be one where they passed in 1992 and is sold? Yeah, whenever you can have it. So I'll save this. Hold on.
I would also like Duval, if you can do Duval, because I do
Yeah,
a
we
lot
can
of
do
text
that.
feeds and text links there.
Sure. Happy to do so. Let me see here. Minerva, Sarasota. Okay. All right. Let me.
Jonathan, we can also go by zip code, correct?
Yeah. So zip code gets a little trickier. So let me just answer a couple questions here.
Okay.
So John, actually just tell us a quick story here. What happened? You privately messaged me saying my closing client was very happy we came in as a service provider and not just wanting to list. Tell us about that story. What happened? How did it take place? Give us a little story time with Uncle John.
Mhm.
Story time. Thank you very much. What happened is I got the data from Probate Data. The low-hanging fruit was the out-of-town petitioners. I text them, I call them, I email them. Somebody finally got back with me. It was a client in Pennsylvania, had property here in Illinois. I was able to send her through DocuSign a listing contract. I just closed Tuesday on the deal. It was like I listed it this September 1st. I closed on the 29th, a cash deal as is. And then I just talked to her today, which was really great because, you know, I tried to ask her, what is it that we can do better? And I'm trying to put together my A to Z probate service business.
So hold on, John. Hold on, John. So notice his question. His question to the client was, what can we do better? It wasn't like, can you tell me how great I was? He was looking, what could we do better? We want to get better. So when you ask that question, they'll be like, well, I really like the way you did this. I like the way you did that. And they really have to think. If they start like gushing, like, oh my God, you could have called me back earlier. You could have been more on it. It's like, okay, all right. So that it warms them up to actually, and when you're done with that, you go, okay, you know what? That's really helpful. I'll take that in consideration for my next client. I just want to thank you for paying it forward for the next, you know, people that are going to probate. By the way, would you mind just leaving a testimonial now that you told me that you were happy with everything except for maybe these two things would have done better? And at that point, they're like, yeah, I'll be happy to, whether you do video or written. And by the John, I'll let you back in. I didn't mean to cut you off, but this is a great opportunity to ask for testimonials. When you do testimonials, don't ask them to send you one when they're ready, because they'll never be ready. They don't know what to write. You do what John just did. Hey, what can we do better? You know, everything went well except for blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we did that better. It would be great. Yeah. But how would you like our service? Well, I really liked it because of blah, blah, blah. So would you say that because we did A, B, C, and 1, 2, 3, it was a good experience for you? Oh, absolutely. So if I told another prospective clients that that was the experience you had, would that be correct? Oh, absolutely. Hey, you know what, Miss Client? I want to send you a quick email and just write up what I just heard. If that's okay with you, just reply back that's what you agreed to, or that's what you, that we're on the same page. And then when you email them that, and then you say, can we use this in a testimonial with your name and possibly a picture of yours? And all they have to do, guys, is reply back with a yes. Yes, that's fine, or yes, but no picture, or yes, but just my first name and last initial, whatever. That's how you get testimonials. You don't say, hey, can you write me a testimonial? it's so hard. It's like, oh geez, what am I going to say? You know, it's easier if even if you have a review, like if you can build in some kind of review mechanism into your business, that would be good too. Sorry, John, I totally cut you off, but I just saw that opportunity to do a little bit of a testimonial teaching there. So John,
No, no, her answer was exactly what you have taught me. You know, because she had come out and said, you know, John, I'd gotten literally dozens of letters, postcards, long before I was ever even the administrator of the estate. As soon as it was filed, as soon as my father passed, she said, the reason I liked what you did is because one, you came in of service.
Mm,
You gave me that probate timeline, you gave me the executor duties, and my attorney never even gave me that. And it's really funny because, you know, this
wow.
is what you've taught me. And then her attorney, when I contacted this lady to make sure, I wanted to contact the attorney as a licensed broker to make sure we're all going to be on the same page. Her and the attorney and I hit it off very well. I referred another probate case to this attorney that I'm getting ready to go to the showing tomorrow. Hopefully 2 sisters can agree on selling this house that's been vacant for like 6 months. So, I mean, it's just a really amazing. So that just solidifies the fact that I want to put together this A to Z probate service. The other thing is I sort of regret at this stage was that I didn't look her up in the her father, the deceased. I didn't look it up in the recorder of deeds, because as I was talking to her, she says, you know, because I said, well, you don't have any other property in Illinois. And she says, no, I got some property in Florida. I'm working with an attorney to do that. And I almost fell out of my chair. I'm like, well, you know, I do belong to U.S. Probate, and I do have a lot of people that we deal with that I can network with to get you someone there that can really expedite that. Can you tell me a little about it? And she said it was a land parcel that was down there that they're trying to liquidate that the attorney's taking care of. So all that said and done, I'll work with Patrick. I'll give Patrick a call because I know he's down there in that Sarasota area. But I just wanted to say thank you so much. It really made a lot of really sense that what you're teaching us is just, 100% spot on. Thank you again.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. John, when did you join our program?
Actually, I joined like July, early in July.
Okay.
And by the time I got my arms around everything, because it was a little different animal than I'm used to.
Yeah.
And part of what I share with people is that I understand the process because I went through it with my 4 brothers and sisters. When my parents passed away, it took us a decade to settle things.
Yeah.
So going through that in that capacity, there's some real compassion right off the bat. I always, if I send a text or message, I always tell them, hey, sorry for your loss. And because I have to show that anybody can list the property, and everybody wants to buy it for nothing. I get that. I'm an investor too. But
Yeah.
when we come in, like you've taught us to come in with this service, dealing with locksmiths, dealing with clean out companies and estate companies. I mean, now they're like, because those are the 100 other things that they're thinking about,
Yeah.
So down the road, I mean, it's just what you're teaching me with MTI education and the probate data is very powerful stuff. And I'm really glad that I pulled the trigger and jumped on it. Thank you.
Yeah. We're happy to have you here. And this was your first listing since you joined in July?
Absolutely. It's my first. I got a couple in the pipeline.
Yeah.
I got a beautiful house on the lake I'm going to see Saturday with
Nice.
2 sisters. This one sister, just to make it short, this one sister lives in Michigan, and I start with the out-of-town petitioners. I called the sister in Michigan first, and then I was working with her, and she gave me this whole sob story about how her and her sisters don't get along, but they have this parcel that's worth quite a bit. And then I looked it up, and sure enough, the sister filed the day before the one in Michigan. So now this was the attorney I had gave to this lady in Michigan because her attorney wasn't working out. So I said, well, why don't you get a second opinion, and gave her a lady who deals in estates. And this was the one I got from the first closing. So now all of a sudden they're going to meet up Saturday, and hopefully we can get the listing because the 2 sisters know that I want to list this property. They've even told the judge that, hey, I want him involved in this one way or another from Michigan. So that's some
Nice.
powerful stuff because I sound like I know what I'm doing, even though I really didn't know that much about probate until I got in it, watched the videos, listened to what you were saying. So thank you. I can't thank you guys
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, that's
Neither can
great,
my
man.
sons. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It's music to my ears. So do you guys hear that? What
Yes.
we're teaching actually works. Well, when Mike and Molly started in probate real estate, like some 15 years ago as investors, and then they pivoted over to like, who can we teach that would really benefit from this, and how can we speed this process along? Because they saw every time they get involved with a probate situation, the painstaking process that petitioners and administrators had to go through, and they said, well, who's out there selling real estate all the time? It's agents, but agents were afraid of probate because they didn't understand it. So they put their teaching hat on. It's like, well, let's teach them, like kind of like bring it down from like on this high attorney level and judge talk and courthouse talk to down like a 5th grade level, because that's what they used to teach in Long Beach Unified School District. They used to teach kids, in 5th and 6th grade. So they had to break down concepts so like a 5th and 6th grader mind can get it. And that's what they did with this. And then we added probate on and probate data, and our whole philosophy is around education and coaching and training. So we want to make sure that you guys keep benefiting from it, obviously. So let's see. I put in the chat what I've always been saying for a long time is you got to be mission driven, not commission driven. If you're mission driven, the commission will follow. But it's one of those mind tricks you got to play with yourself. It's like, well, I just focus on the mission, which is to help these people. Then the commission will come in. But if you go at it and say, wow, this is a $800,000 home, I'm going to make $30,000 in commissions and you get all excited. You already spent it in your mind before you earned it. And then when things don't go as fast as you want, or things go, there's a little sidetrack, or there's a little wrinkle in the process, you get tripped up. You get, oh my God, they're going to take my $30,000 away. It was never about your $30,000 commission or however much you would get on $800,000. It was always about being mission driven. So when you're mission driven, like John just said, you come and say, look, you're going through a lot and I'm sorry for your loss. I know what it's like, either I had it in my family or I've experienced it or I've seen it, I've heard it, but this is common for 95% of Americans. And I'm here to help you. I have a whole team of experts. Even if you list with me, it doesn't matter. But right now, what's your biggest challenge? Is it trash removal? Is it like based on where you're at? Let them talk. Oh, I have someone for that. Yes, we can help with that. When would be a good time to sit down and talk about the property? Because you get all these services when you sign up with me, some version of that. Okay, Patrick, I got the email for you now, so I'll send you Sarasota as well. And let's see. All right, I got time for one more request. I got LA County from Jimmy Stewart, but I feel like we do LA County a lot. Is there any other requests? We had Arizona before, right? That was
how long does it take for the zip code one? Is that something where I can go and see the steps?
Yeah, so which county are you in, Clara?
Los Angeles.
Okay, do you have a list of zip codes ready to go?
Yes.
Okay, so let's try that out. Let me do a new search here and let me check. Okay, so I'll do zip code with Clara, and then I'll do Broward County for Bethany. And Bethany, you had a question before as well. Can't find it. Where is it? You had a question or a comment about, oh, you wanted all of Florida. You can access all of Florida. That's not a problem. You can download, all from all the counties. Any county you want, you can download. You can get up to 100 per month, basically, plus the ones that we're emailing you. You pick 3 counties, right, that we're going to email you on. If you want to subscribe to more counties beyond the 3, it's at $20 a month extra per county. So let's say you get 3 counties right now. You wanted 2 more, it would be plus 20 plus 20. So you'd be at 67 plus 20 plus 20. So it'd be 107 a month. Okay. Let's see. Boom. So here we go. Clara, I'm going to do LA County for you. All right. So here we go. LA County. Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's do the same one. A701. 2020 through 9/25, 2020. Now we're going to do advanced search options. And I'm going to go down to the zip code of the deceased at the time of death.
Right.
That's the address, right? And when we
Yes.
do zip codes, we put the zip code, comma, zip code, no space in between the comma and the next zip code. So what do you got for me?
93551,
Okay.
93536,
Yeah.
and 93534.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if we're going to get anything, but let's give it a shot.
Okay. If not, I have some more.
Yeah. So the more zip codes we put in, the better. Oh, we found a few here. So
Okay.
there's 4 cases. These are Antelope Valley, and then
Right.
yeah. So here's some good ones here. You want me to send this to you?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Let's see. Let me just check.
Jonathan, how come those show the last sold date and the other ones didn't?
Because I probably pulled those within the last couple hours, last 24 hours or so.
Okay.
And if it hasn't checked in the last 24 hours, it's going to show it's going to show like a show link. Yeah. I didn't want to open it. Let's do that again. I wanted to show it in folder. There we go. Oh, my computer's freezing. Don't freeze on me now.
Mhm.
Show in folder. Come on. All right, so I'm gonna have to remember this one. This is for Clara. Oh, here we go. Today, here we go. This is Clara LA. All right, I'll send you that after the presentation. Okay, so now the next one is we're going to do was it Flo? Oh yeah, Broward or Brevard? Brevard. Let's see here. Broward County. Okay, so we're gonna do Florida, and we're gonna do Broward, and then I'm just gonna check because I don't know every courthouse situation in the country in terms of if they're open or not. That's something Kristen does, and if there's a situation with a courthouse, they'll have like a little eye next to it, so when you hover over it, it'll tell you exactly what's going on. So it looks like we're good here. I'm just gonna do 925. So again, here, you look for it. And 341 entries, so that's pretty decent. So here, what I would do is, again, Berthany, I would narrow it down one way or another. I would edit the search and maybe do out of state. Let's try that and see how many come back. So out of state here, exclude petitioner state. So I'm going to do FL, comma, FL. Here it is, remembers me from before. And I'm going to save the search. And now we're down to 94. Boom. Here's your 94. There's your 100 for the month. You want me to send this to you? Just put your email address in the chat. You can private message me, or you can put it in for everyone to see it. It's up to you. Let's grab this list and send that to Berthany. Berthany. All right, let's see if there's any more chat requests. Berthany, can you do me a favor? Just message me, email, because I'm not gonna, unless it's in the chat, I'm not gonna remember to look it up and send it to you. And here's 100 leads, roughly 94 leads that are really good for you. Out-of-state petitioners. What does the NA mean? NA basically means not applicable or not available. And that's something we used to use when the researchers came back with an empty field. Since then, we've trained our researchers better. So it's just a habit for me. I just put it in there. So let me download this real quick. And we'll do, this was Broward. That goes to Berthany, okay. Okay, I think that's it. Do we want to do one more? Zip codes. Sure, let's do one more zip code. This is LA County, I take it. Is that right, Anna? Queen Tut? Is this LA County? Yes, okay, good. All right, let's just do that. And then after that, we'll call it a day. We'll do it here, we'll do LA County, boom, boom. I was just thinking, I just had an idea. That's what I look like when I have an idea. Guys, what if we try, I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay, so I'm just making it up as we go along. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna break the site. But if you guys indulge me for 3 minutes, let's try something else. You guys game?
Sure.
All right, so what if we said, hey, let's search everything, and I don't know if this is gonna work. Let's search everything, basically, all these courthouses for decedent address. Because what it might pull is decedent address, out of state. No, it's not going to work because that's basically looking for out of state petitioners. What I just did in a really complicated way. So scratch that, delete the last 2 minutes of thoughts. Let's go back to doing a regular search here. Let's do LA County. Notice I always select Antelope Valley as well because for some reason they're still taking filings out there.
Yeah, that's one of the two courthouses that do probate.
Exactly, yeah, they don't, Claire's on it. She knows her probate. I like it. Okay, and then I'm going to do advanced search options. Margaret's asking, where do I find previous trainings? You go to youtube.com/probate data. youtube.com/probate data. So you notice here, like how there's a space between each of these. That would make sense. That's proper grammar and syntax, but in data language, we don't want spaces because it's going to start looking for empty spaces, which doesn't exist. It's going to consider the empty space an actual character in the database, which won't work. So the comma has to be like no space between the zip code and the comma.
Right.
All right, let's see what happens here. Hit search. All right, we got 22 entries. That's interesting, right? So Anna, you want me to email you this? If you do, just put your email address in there and I'll send it over to you. Okay, let's go do Probate YouTube. I'll show Margaret where you can find previous trainings. And then this one is Anna. Anna, just give me your email address, please, so I don't forget to send this out. We'll call this one Anna, LA County. Okay, Anna, give me your email. There it is. The Queen of Listings. I like it. Queen Tut. This here. And then Claire, I got yours named as well.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. Let's see. Well, Jared, you're late. I'm sorry, man. This is the end of it. You showed up just in time to say goodbye. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're going to show where you can find probate data. Let's do that. Probate data on replays. Yeah, let's do that. Here we go. So youtube.com/probate data. That'll take you to our playlist. You can watch previous searches here. You can watch interviews. You can watch some of our best, most, if you go to playlist, you can see some of the success stories, top-rated webinars, golden leads, which is historical prospecting, how does platinum work, and then lead management. That's another list over here. So that's on the youtube.com/probate data. That will forward to this one right here. And if you guys want to reach out to me, my email address is info@ info@probatedata.com. So if you want to upgrade, just email me. We can take care of that. Not a problem. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for showing up. Until then, be well, stay safe, wash those hands. I'll
Thank
see you
you
next
very
week.
much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.